Hey there YouTube, here's this 2011 Nissan Juke with 14,000 miles. I think this is going to be the first tour I've ever done of a Nissan Juke. Sadly, this is the model with an automatic CVT, actually. I mean, I kind of like the concept of the Juke, considering it has a turbocharged engine. And it's a rather small car, but this is what I cannot get past. That, ugh, just awful. Has these eyebrows up here. I'm quite sure this is going to look so ugly. After 2-3 years, it's going to get so oxidized. And I have these headlamps here. Looks like they came off of a 2002 Nissan Xterra. The front end is what ticks me off the most. Also reminds me of the Pontiac Aztek, which is just the ugliest thing ever. Anyways, let's forget about that and take a look at the interior. As you can see, quite plain Jane overall. You can see the key, old school Nissan key, nothing special. And look at that ignition switch. Looks like something from the early 90s. Let's talk about comfort in this Juke. The seats are actually quite comfortable, but I would have wished for a little bit more thigh support. Just doesn't feel supportive here. Feels quite flat. You just have this manual adjustment, which will be a bit of a pain to adjust. You have to really cram your arm in there. It does raise the seat a little bit, and it does help, but still, more thigh support would have been appreciated. And there's just no armrest here either. There's the passenger side. The seat is cushiony. The side is nicely bolstered on the side, so your torso areas are hugged for the most part. Legroom, I am not in love with this fat center console. It feels quite narrow, and it intrudes somewhat. Moving up to interior quality, really, quality is not that good either. This hard, cheap, grainy plastic throughout the dashboard. I do like the shade that goes over the instrument cluster though, but it feels a bit flimsy. I'm not in love with how this dashboard finishes up here. You can see how it's just so elevated. It's not flush against with the A-pillar right there. That's just ugly to look at. You see, passenger side as well. So yeah, fit and finish. The dashboard is not very nice. You have your hazards. You can see, whee! This radio looks like something from the late 90s. It's huge square. It's in-dash CD. Have your aux jack right there. Nothing else special. Old school climate control. These 3 dials. Rear defogger. Okay. I'll leave the fan going. Ooh, AC's good. Little tray. Power outlet. This metallic gray color. Not a huge fan of it, but I guess it fits in nicely. I'm just not really used to seeing this kind of thing inside an interior. On an exterior, it's more understandable. And here is what really messes up the fun. This CVT. It's supposed to simulate a 6-speed auto. This manual shift mode. The one to go for is the one with the manual. Rest of the center console feels sure-footed. Here's the e-brake. Dual cup holders, and a little huge tray. Glove box, it is damped. It seems tiny. Go right down, and you'll see that it's quite large, very deep, and it was damped. Has these dual latches on each side, so it will be sturdy and it won't dance around. Fit and finish is pretty good too. Seems to open up over there quite a bit though. Steering wheel, it is nicely thick. It's not leather wrapped, it's quite bare. But it doesn't look cheap because they actually tried to imitate the perforated leather here. So at least it doesn't look bare looking. Radio controls, hands-free controls, cruise control. Wipers, it's intermittent speed, and to control the rear wiper as well. Turn signal lever and headlamps. Steering wheel tilts, it does not telescope, and it's not damped, it just slams right back down. See? Gotta love that! Now we have the panel dim. Sucks that you have to push it multiple times. Maybe something to rotate would have been easier. Average MPGs, trip computer, all those things here. Power mirrors down below, vehicle stability control. Door panel. Again as well. Hard, cheap plastic. And it's nicely padded here. Power windows. Driver window goes up and down automatically. Power door locks. Door pocket again goes back down to this rather flimsy, cheap plastic. Metallic color runs right through here, just like the center console. A-pillar seems quite tight overall. Doesn't seem to have any gaps. Same thing on the passenger side. Headliner, not padded whatsoever. Cardboard and generic paper towel. That's what it feels like. Just listen to that. Sounds so sexy. Oh shit handles. They are damped. The spring is concealed, thankfully. Lighting fixture. Sun visor. It's padded somewhat with a vinyl here. There's the mirror. No vanity light. You can see. Passenger side. Same deal. Only a mirror. No vanity light. So let's check out the back seat. The seat is adjusted roughly to where I would have driven this car. Open the hood. This is to dislatch the fuel filler lid. And you can see legroom is just adequate, not really a big deal, quite tight. The seat is quite plush though. You do not have an armrest or anything. There's a missing trim piece there. Seats do fold down. Just pull on this pin. For a tall driver, you may have to remove this headrest so that you can fold down the seat and have this flat floor. And materials do not follow through into the back seat. It's just one huge hunk of plastic. Not even padding on the armrest either. You do have a cup holder here, for water bottles. And you can see how the plastic just peels right off over here. That's sexy. But yeah, you don't really have anything else, not even a lighting fixture. Just that oh shit, just these oh shit handles. This antenna, hold it down. Nice flat floor, and it's nicely elevated. And cargo will be quite decent as soon as you fold down the seats. Let me at least show you. Yeah, still have to move the seats forward again or remove the headrest, which I'm not going to do. Spare tire ought to be under here. Or not. You just have your jack. Oh, there's your spare. It's a donut. So yeah, you're pretty much set back here. There's no cargo cover in this car. Juke! I just saw this door just flap around once I shut it. Let me see something. Ugh. This door is just so flimsy. As soon as you close it, it just flaps all over the place. Thankfully, the car does have 17-inch wheels and rear disc brakes, so that is a plus. Turn signals on the fenders, European style. Ugh, this is just a nauseating front end. But the car does have a good heart. 1.6 liter. It's turbocharged. Dual overhead cam 4-cylinder, and it is direct injected. So this is a fast car. And I'm quite sure it's loads of fun with the manual gearbox. So let's rev it. It's a bit buzzy though, on the high end. So that's it for this 2011 Nissan Juke.